Srikanth Shinde.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to participate in the debate on the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020, which when passed will bring about socio-economic development and further the cause of reproductive rights of women of a country. Sir, the government has brought this bill to amend the original Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971. India is one of the first few countries to legalize abortions on recommendations of Dr. Shantilal Shah Committee Report 1966. Before 1971, both abortion seekers and providers were liable for prosecution under IPC. Sir, the original act of 1971 legalizes induced abortion up to 20 weeks of gestation, decriminalizes abortion seeker, and offers protection to medical practitioners if abortion is performed as per provisions of the act. MTP can be performed up to 20 weeks of pregnancy and requires the opinion of one RMP, and up to 24 weeks, which requires the opinion of two RMPs. Sir, I congratulate the government and minister for bringing this amendment, as India will now stand amongst nations with highly progressive law, which allows legal abortion on a broad range of therapeutic, humanitarian and social grounds. I will now like to bring some facts regarding abortion in India to the knowledge of this House. The Sustainable Development Goal for India aims to bring down maternal mortality rate ratio from present level of 122 per 1 lakh live births to 70 per 1 lakh live births by 2030. A 2015 study in the Indian Journal of Medical Ethics has observed that 10 to 13% of the maternal deaths in India can be attributed to unsafe abortions. The first large-scale study on abortions and unintended pregnancies conducted by the Lancet in 2017 said 1 in 3 of 48.1 million pregnancies in India end in an abortion, with 15.6 million taking place in 2015. Gachamar study 2017 shows that around 56% of the abortions in India are conducted illegally. The much bigger reason to commend the proposed amendment is its recognition that even unmarried women are entitled to seek legal abortions. But this brings to fore several ground level issues. First, the annual number of abortions in the country is massive, over 15 million, constituting 33% of total annual pregnancies in the country. Both in urban and rural areas, there is overwhelming reliance on medical terminations as opposed to surgical methods. Over 15 million and constituting 33% of total annual pregnancies in country. Both in urban and rural areas, there is overwhelming reliance on medical terminations as opposed to surgical methods by ingesting pills from a kit over 1 to 3 days. The 24-week modification will help a niche group of women who discover fetal abnormalities after 20 weeks or belong to defined vulnerable groups. Such women have access to doctors, but there are concerns about those who have no access to doctors. Millions of rural women who have never had access to safe and transparent route to abortion. Victims of incest and rape have to restore the unsafe abortion to maintain secrecy, and even married women become desperate to end an unwanted pregnancy. Given the social and cultural milieu in the country, it is natural for the women to rely on informal providers to access abortion pills. If these pills don't work, sir, I'm completing.
Yeah, please.
Don't work, the woman goes to or is taken to an unqualified practitioner who usually administers an oxytocin injection and performs dilatation and curettage and advise consulting a doctor if bleeding persists. The doctor uses a suction apparatus to evacuate the uterus. But in rural areas, where are the doctors? The procedure costs anything between 2,000 and in urban areas it costs around 10,000. So it is very welcoming step by the government that, and also the Indian Medical Association and the Federal Obstetric and Gynecology Societies in India say that in favor of reproductive rights of women, as many of them in India come to know about the pregnancy usually after 5 months, especially unmarried ones. So up only 18 weeks, this makes the 2 weeks window after the too small for parents to take difficult call on whether to keep the baby. Currently, women wanting abortions after 20 weeks are made to approach the court and go through kind of trauma. The proposed changes will therefore give much needed relief and save the huge expenses. And there are some suggestions, sir. Delay in the process. A recent study by certain reproductive rights analyzed 35 decisions from the Indian courts where women were forced to seek permissions to undergo an abortion. The report found that judicial and medical board authorization requirements endanger women's life. And also there are conflicts between the laws. The misuse of provisions under PCP NDT Act allows eligibility harassment of medical professionals providing abortion services under MTP Act. And also there are few gynecologists in India. For abortion 12 to 20 weeks, 2 registered medical practitioners must establish that the abortion is permissible under law.
Yeah, you can.
Last, sir, rural India.